I don't really understand why these birds have to be chirping this fucking loud, this fucking early, this fucking close. I hate these fucking birds. Oh, reliable just fits so much better on my head. I'm back for another story time, and if you've seen the title, you already know what we talking about. So we just gonna get into it because I'm not trying to be on here long because I'm hungry. People in this world are so ridiculous, entitled, it's not even fucking funny. So let's just say like 2 years ago, like I've been working at my job for maybe a total of 3 years. So 2 years, I moved to another store, and for the most part I got along with everybody. Everybody got along with everybody, and if you didn't like, if people was beefing, you didn't really know because everybody just kept it to themselves and just did their fucking job and went the fuck home. Cool. So one night I was off, and my coworker, like every time we have this thing, like where every time a new person comes in, if one of us is not here, we'll text like, oh, we got a new person here. So that's kind of what happened. She hit me up. She was like, oh, we got a new girl here, and I'm like, now listen, I'm not the type of female to hate other females, but it's just something, like you would have to work at my job to understand why having a new female hire is just like a fucking disaster. It could be, maybe it could be because we're alpha females and we want to be the only females in the department, or just hear me out, maybe these bitches that come and go are lazy as fuck, their work ethic is just horrible, like their attitudes is horrible. So it could be a number of things. Stacy already like came with like a vibe to her, and I'm like, okay, we just gonna. Stacy comes from the daytime shift. Now, if you work in retail, for some reason, there's like this unsaid beef between the daytime shift and the nighttime shift. I don't know why, but it is some truth to it because I would come in or whatever and it would still be some daytime people there. And you know, like just me being respectful, if I'm coming into somewhere, I'm going to speak. Like if I come to somebody's house and there's mad people here, I'm going to speak. Now whether you speak back, that is on you, and that'll determine if I'm going to speak to you again after the next time I see you, which probably won't be. So it's just something about these daytime people, like mainly the girls. It's like dudes is a little birdish too, but it's mainly the girls with this nasty ass attitude. And it's just like, ever since that first instant, like when I first started, I'm like, oh, I'm never saying nothing to any of you bitches again. Like some of them are nice. There was some that was nice. I'm not talking about all, but the majority of them hoes, I'm like, the fuck, bitch, I ain't got time. I don't even want to be here right now, and then I gotta deal with your funky ass. So the next night I come back to work and I see her. She's a, you know who she looks like? She looks like Sin Santana. That's who I've always like said. She looks like Sin Santana. So you know, the little pretty semi-thick Latina chick with the red hair. She's automatically all in the guys' faces, and it's just like, that's another thing about female hires that I just don't like. Like, why are you all in these fucking guys' faces? But then again, you know how the male co-workers are. They just as thirsty as she is, so they she's and I'm just like, oh my god, okay. What my co-worker didn't tell me is that this chick is being sent to my department. It's just like, every time we get a new hire, they always send these idiots to my department and then expect me and my coworker to like train them. And I'm like, oh honey, I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid for that. That's not my job, and that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do my job. I'm not about that life. I'm not helping nobody. So during the whole night, she's only speaking to the male co-workers, and she speaks to my other co-worker. Let's call my other co-worker my bestie co-worker. Let's call her Chanel. Stacy basically spoke to the male co-workers and Chanel a little bit, because like Chanel is just one of those helpful co-workers. That's just her. I'm not like, I talk myself into it, and I try to talk myself in like, alright, Ray, don't be like this, don't be an asshole, be nice, you know, reach out like if you need any help, like just ask me. And I did that to Stacy, and I'm like, that was a mistake, because now the bitch just kept talking to me, and I'm like, see, this is why being mean will get you out of situations that you just don't want to be in. So I'm like, I made a mistake. And just like the first 5 minutes, this chick done told me her whole life. She just had a baby. Like before she got here, her boyfriend beat her ass. And I'm like, whoa, too much information. We just met, ma'am. Like, okay. So my thoughts of her is like, I still don't like her. I'm not even gonna lie, I still don't like her. But you know what? She's not being rude and nasty to me. It doesn't make sense for me to give that energy. The first week, she came up to me and was like, I need a raise. One, I'm the wrong person to ask that to. Two, what makes you so special that you need a raise? Because you just had a baby? Honey, there's a whole bunch of people in here with kids. Don't you think we all need a raise? Honey, if you need a raise, what the fuck you think we need? And that was a flag that was just like, okay, give me like you type entitled. Like, how do you feel like you're entitled? Whatever. Oh shit, am I even recording? Oh, am I? Okay. I go work. So that was just my little taste of experience with her, and I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. This is not gonna work. Like, I don't like her. I don't like her. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I tried and I failed, and I don't like her. So I don't want nothing to do with her. I'm cool. Oh, but Ray, you gotta know, I'm not doing shit. I'm not getting paid for this. Like, my description is not to fucking train motherfuckers, especially entitled little fucking brats. No, thank you. I have a kid at home and he's not an entitled brat. So you think I'm dealing with somebody else's entitled brat? No. So as time is going by, like, her work ethic is just atrocious. Like, now one thing about me, like, even when I go to other establishments, like, if you gonna have a nasty ass attitude, your job and whatever it is that you do, you better be fucking great at it. Like, when I go to the nail salon, if you got a nasty ass fucking attitude, bitch, my nails better be immaculate. I better not see a fucking flaw on here, because now I'm gonna curse your ass the fuck out for having that fucking attitude. And it's one thing to have a shitty attitude and to be a shitty worker. She was so fucking slow down. Like, my job is kind of like fast pace. Like, fast paced, heavy lifting. So if you can't keep up, then what the fuck is you doing here? She was so slow. She was complaining. Oh, why we gotta do this, and I'm just sitting here like, bitch, you didn't understand what overnight was about before you transferred here? Like, that's what a lot of people fuck up at. Like, you just think because it's overnight we don't do shit, like it's just a smooth night. Nah, like, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday shit get crazy in here, and if you ain't ready for that, then this is not for you, and that's okay. But the complaining and all of that was just like, girl, like, go home. Go the fuck home. Shitty work ethic just went on and on and on to the point where she's being called out by the leads and the managers. Now she's giving them fucking attitude because they're doing her job, telling her she needs to do her job. So she's mad at them. And this is just what this is where it's just like my dislike for her just kept growing, because I'm like, bitch, you're in the wrong. How are you getting mad at these men? You're not doing your job. Like, niggas, like, after I'm done with my shit, I gotta come over here and help you do your shit? No, that's not working, bitch. I get off at 7, 6:50. I'm wrapping my shit up 6:55. My shit is on 7. I'm out the door 7:02. My train is there, and I'm going the fuck home. That shit been like that since 2017, and ain't shit gonna change. So now she's becoming rude. She's rude to the managers. Now the guys that she was all he with, she's all rude to them. Was beefing with this older lady named, we'll call her Joy. We'll call her Joy. Like, now Joy already has issues within herself. Maybe I'll make a separate video about her, maybe not, because she's not really worth it. It's like two of the similar personalities are clashing. That's exactly what it is. Like, one is old and entitled, and the other one is young and entitled. Shit is about to go down. It's like, I'm Team Joy. In total, she probably was there for 4 months, but it's just like, as those months just kept going, it just got worse and worse. She was just like, she became the cancer of the team. So as she's getting more complaints about how fucking slow she is, she's starting to feel like, now she's feeling like everybody is against her. And it's like, yeah, we are. We don't like you. And honestly, like, everybody in there tried to give her a chance. Like I said, even me, we tried to give her a chance, but it's just like, you can't have a bad attitude and be a bad worker. Like, you gotta pick one. One thing about me, like, yo, people at my job can say some shit about, like, my attitude, my mood swings. Like, sometimes I don't want to be bothered, but niggas know when it's time to work, I get that shit done. That's why people can't really, like, attack me, and that's why I haven't been fired yet. Almost, but I haven't been, because, like, niggas know I work. So after she's going around talking about she's feeling attacked, we are. Then she feels like everybody's against her, we are. And she's starting to be rude to everybody. I was done. I already, in my head, I'm like, I'm done. I didn't say anything to her. Like, she would come and try to ask me questions. I would have my music on. My shit wouldn't even be on, but it would be on just for her, and I would act like I didn't hear her. Like, I would walk right by her. Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't. Like, it was she brought like this negative cloud, this negative energy to the team, and we didn't need it. Like I said, when I first started this video, we all got along. Like, everybody got along, and even if you didn't get along, you wouldn't know it. But she just came, and it's just like, yo, I really was done when she yelled at one of my leads who I was OD cool with. Like, she yelled at him because he was doing his job, telling her that she wasn't doing her job. And after that, I'm like, you know what, you raggedy bitch. So now basically half the team is talking about like, how we gonna get this bitch out of here? Like, I kind of suggested like, oh, let's just throw something in her bag, because you know when you leave you get your bag checked by the security. So it's like, oh, you know, we should throw something in her bag. But then I realized, I'm like, shit. She has a bag with her all the time. Like, she kind of has her shit with her, so it's no way for that to even happen. Silver lining, we didn't really have to do anything. She kind of like did this to herself, and we just kind of like just got on the bandwagon and just helped her move along. So one night during lunch, it was a situation with Stacy and Joy. It's a break room, then there's a quiet room, and then like it's offices. Like, I usually sit in the quiet room because them motherfuckers in there be too fucking loud and just ghetto, and it's always basketball talking. I'm like, but I don't know nothing about this, so I'm just gonna leave. And from what I heard, how this story happened is, I told you Joy's an older woman, so she was reading and she had the lights on. Now the rule in there that they kind of established is like around like 3:30 they turn the lights off and everybody has a nap. But for some reason, I guess they all was okay with Joy keeping the lights on past that time, so niggas still took in that regard. Stacy comes in and turns the light off. Now, mind you, a little bit before that, she's on the phone back and forth talking about, oh, I'm gonna smack the shit out of some bitch, I'm gonna fuck this bitch up, I'm fucking tired of this shit. But nobody's really paying it any mind, because it's just like, nobody pays her any mind. Like, now that we hearing it, now we thinking like, who the fuck is she talking about? She was talking about Joy. So she comes in and she turns the lights off, and Joy is like, you know, I'm still using the lights, like I'm still trying to read. Obviously, Stacy didn't give not near a fuck. And all of a sudden, I'm in the quiet room, which is next to the break room. All of a sudden, I hear, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna fuck this bitch. Da, da, da. So that everybody was looking like, what the fuck? Chanel, she comes into the quiet room and look like, you alright? And I'm like, I'm sitting here chilling, but there's something going on. So we all mosey our ass in there, and you see the tables on the floor, the chairs on the floor, and Stacy is still screaming, and Joy is just sitting there like. The manager took Stacy in the room or whatever, and I guess they must have had a conversation. So now we all trying to figure out like, what the fuck really happened. So Joy basically explained her side of the story, and that was all we need to hear. Like, whether Joy was telling the truth or not, all we need to hear was, oh, you feel threatened? Oh, okay, say no more. Each of us, one by one, went in that motherfucking office. I feel threatened. Why is she so violent? This is not the first time she said this shit. I know this is so fucked up. Y'all looking like, damn, y'all really like got this bitch out of here. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And she kind of like asked for it. Like, and I still, to this day, I don't feel bad about it, because she was a toxic, cancerous human being that needed to get the fuck out of there. Everybody was just sitting there telling their stories about her, and the manager was like, you know, it's already taken care of. I already called HRA, and they just basically told me to fire her. So now she's on her way out the door, and I'm like, bye, bitch. Because she had to go. And it's crazy because all the people that came and went during that job, she was the dirt worst. I had some people that came in the first night, and 2 hours later they was like, yeah, this is not for me. And it's like, that's fine. That's okay. I had one that came in and fucking was sleeping out on top of the boxes, and I'm like, yo, this is not for everybody. But I feel like she probably still could have been there if she had a better attitude. So that's pretty much like the moral of this story. Be fucking nice. If you're the fucking new girl or boy or whoever the fuck, be fucking humble. Because this team, we known each other for a minute. We don't know you like that. So if you coming at one of us, you coming at all of us, and now we gonna team up against you, and that's what happened. Bye. That's why when I come into a new establishment, like I'm not trying to rub anybody the wrong way. Like I've noticed as I get older, like I breathe and rub certain people the wrong way. But I don't intentionally try to rub anybody the wrong way because I don't want to be a Stacy. Don't be a Stacy. Be a Ray. Just stay to yourself. You know, do your job and go the fuck home and do it all over again. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I mean, I enjoy going back and talking about it because it's very funny. Like, still to this day, me and my coworker Chanel talk about it like, yo, that bitch was the worst. Like, of all the hoes that came and went, that chick was the worst. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you was entertained. I have one more story time coming up, and it's about a ex-boyfriend and a wrestling event that I never made it to because of said ex-boyfriend. But I'll be back for more later.